Yo, yo, yo.
Here. What's up, everybody?
Yeah, man, just another day, another dollar, you know what I'm saying? It's the day after Memorial Day, right? We had
everybody's faded.
Yeah.
It's National Faded Day.
Or fooled up with like some type of barbecue if they're into that, you know?
Yeah. I'm not really a big barbecue fan. I might throw some salmon on the grill or something like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and shy away from that flesh food.
Nah, it's definitely not y'all holiday for sure.
Differently though, but a lot of stuff's been going on. Florida's been pretty lit. Parties every day this week. Foam parties. I think the Claremont twins was out here. Next door, actually, right next door to the crib. Literally next door. They were having a foam party yesterday.
Yeah, seen one of them at the 420 event party. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know.
I think Doja came into town and had an event, something like that. They had a little lit event type of vibe.
Yeah, I got a lot of emails and texts about like parties to go to. I kind of sidestepped all of that because there was a lot of business that had to be handled. So, you know how that goes, man. And also tonight is South Strip and Puya's Pissy video coming out and song. So
okay, finally.
Yeah. It's June 1st tonight, right at midnight. So go on all DSPs. I actually shared it on Report Card Radio. So if you're a YouTuber, go on there and you could easily click on the link and it'll end up popping right up, man. Go ahead and check it out. It's a really good song, really good video. And I hope you guys enjoy it.
The boys work hard on that one.
Yeah, big time, man. I just want to give my round of applause. You know, Marc's giving his round of applause, and
golf
you know,
clap.
and you know, a little, raise the glass, as you say.
Yeah,
a little raise the glass action, man. But just wanted to throw that out there, man.
They got a lot of heaters.
Oh yeah, dude,
a whole lot of heaters.
Been in the studio with those guys for the past few weeks, and they always send me a few exclusive joints that's gonna stay in the vault, but. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I'm pretty hyped, man. So that's why you probably haven't heard from both of us for a little while. You know, we had to kind of get to it. But, man, how was your week, man? How you been lately?
You know what, man? I got a story.
I love stories, so go ahead,
It's about
man.
getting old, right?
Yeah.
So people in my generation, you know, I'm an 80s baby.
Reasonable doubt.
I'm in my late 30s, like a lot of my friends are. A lot of people our age might probably go through the same thing. But you ever...
Not to stop you, but were you born in 81 but ready in 82? Or
Nah.
Nah, that's a little
Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, 83, 84.
Ain't to play the game at you? It's just an aim at you?
Nah, none of that. But let me tell you something, right? Mm-hmm. I think everybody, when they get to like sometime in their 30s, they still think they got it like in their 20s or in their late teenage years. So
stop describing me.
So... You know, like them niggas that go play basketball on the weekends and they get hurt.
Yeah, that's me.
Them niggas, right? So
he's secretly just talking about me. Go ahead.
So right, I'm walking my dog and I get the bright idea, walking my dogs and I get the bright idea to, take another lap because I've been doing physical therapy, had a back surgery, still getting back from it, whatever the case may
feeling
be,
good,
right?
Though.
So I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling real good about it.
Got cocky.
So I put the dogs in and we take another lap around the complex. So mind you, I had like major spinal surgery twice. And they don't tell you they tell you to walk, but they don't necessarily give you a governor on what you should be doing, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of just like dip your toe in the water. You try to, then you dip your shin all the way to your shin. Then you put 2 feet in, when you get into cold water, get into a cold pool. So I was like, all right, I just did a whole lap around the complex. That's like 0.78 of a mile or something like that. I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I do this.
The adrenaline's flowing.
I do one every night, right? At least one lap with the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So I put the dogs up and I go to do 2. And like, it didn't really feel that bad. I didn't feel no way about it or anything like that until like the next day. I damn near couldn't walk. Like when I say everything on my body from my waist down to my ankles was on fire. On fire, bro. Worst pain I've ever been in since the surgery.
One of those Elizabeth come and get me kind of.
Listen, man.
Red Fox joke, by the way.
It was one of those moments, and it's like, yo, sometimes you think you have it, and you don't got it, but you still do it because you're already there. You know what I mean? Like, you can't go back. Go back, nigga. That's all I have to say is go back.
I feel you. Actually,
don't jump in that water until you get clearance, man.
I got a story like that on a verbal kind of take, because like these guys at South Strip would like literally roast each other all day, and I used to be good at that, but I ain't even gonna lie. I just made an announcement like I'm gonna gracefully bow out, because I got like 1 or 2 punches back, but these motherfuckers was going on for like a whole 3 hours, 4 hours, just punch lines back to back, hot ones too. So I was just like, damn.
God, they'll hit you with the don't say anything. You were born last century.
Yeah, some old shit. So I just
like what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fall back, man.
Like, you can't really, like, listen, these kids are savages.
Yeah, they are
savages.
I know they have like a whole 20 like jokes ready for me, you, all that. So I just be like, hey, I literally made an announcement like, yeah, I'm gonna gracefully bow out on any of these jokes, dog. I don't think I can hang with y'all when it comes to these jokes. But back in the day, oh man,
don't get in no looking like conversation.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, back in the day, I used to be popping with those. But like I said, but then again, I got like 1 or 2 that would try to end the flow, but then it'll like ruin the vibe because I'll go too hard on the joke. So it's like, nah, I'm not even gonna say nothing, man. I'll just take the joke and just shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
You got to, because it's like life and shit is so different, and people's reactions and how you talk to people, like, it's hard to talk direct to a lot of people these days without them. Even if you're talking positive, just the directness of your tone and like looking niggas in the eye will make niggas feel away.
Oh yeah, that's a cold hard fact. That happens all the time. Honestly, that does happen all the time.
Like before, our generation, you know, we were told like firm handshake, look you dead in the eyes. You know what I mean? Like, say it with your chest. These type of things. And it's like, now it's kind of, that's not really the most tactful way of going about things.
No, for sure.
That's pretty. It's a little different. You gotta learn how to maneuver. You gotta re-educate yourself on how to maneuver. Like people, a lot of people have to do in jobs and like take classes and this, that, and the third. You gotta re-educate yourself in how to maneuver in the 21st century. Especially when dealing with like Generation Y and stuff and those type of folks.
Man, you know what? I actually agree. And actually, I was reading up on something that kind of hit your point home a little bit. But what do you think about, first I'm going to generalize this before I even bring up the person who brought up the topic anyways. But what do you think about like the OGs in the game and the young Gs? Do you think the OGs have taught the young Gs enough? Like, so they won't even have some of these confusions going on in the industry, or just even how they act overall.
I mean, it sounds good, but I don't think the OGs really had the time. You know what I mean? Like hip hop wasn't one of those genres that you could be 60 and still tour. You know what I mean? It was very, very few and far. Only like
over by 36, 37. The
super duper, like max. It's only really because of Jay-Z and Nas and Rick Ross have really been touring into their 40s, their late 30s and their 40s. Like
X was starting to move around. DMX.
X too,
yeah,
but
DMX.
he was a movie star also.
Yeah,
so that played into it. Little John got to do it, but he was a DJ and a producer, really.
True.
So like
true.
So that's why he was always getting booked. But like honestly,
Snoop is a guy that could
Snoop is his own
thing.
Ecosystem.
Yeah,
Snoop is his own. He's like an outlier for everything.
He's probably top 5 most famous people in the world right now.
Yeah, it's Snoop. Everybody knows Snoop.
Yeah,
from whites, blacks, people across seas. Like everybody knows Snoop. Snoop is a whole, like I said, a whole ecosystem, a whole vibe. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? True. Like, Snoop honestly is should be one of the best ambassadors for the state of California. He's got a good story. He went down, came back up. You know what I mean?
He definitely has a whole rise and fall thing going with him.
And rise again.
Yeah, definitely rose pretty high. And actually escaped the whole Trump drama too, which was kind of I guess he was so popular where that wasn't going to affect him either. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because that usually could, president coming out there usually could stop anybody's flow. You know what I'm saying? In multiple ways. But he tended to get, honestly, after that, he probably got more advertisement dollars, which is weird.
You could even take into account, remember when Cam was on Drink Champs? Uh-huh. And Cam was like, yo, I kind of felt away when your boys was trying to diss me. And Nori was like, yo, I don't know what you're talking about. I was so focused on my own shit that I had no clue that even happened. That's how most rappers are from the 90s.
True,
you know what I mean?
True.
It was kill or be killed. You eat what you kill. That type of shit. They didn't really have that. They don't have that grace to really bring out a young rapper and do this and do that and kind of groom them. That wasn't really afforded to the hip hop generation when we were younger.
True.
You know what I mean? Even look at Cam. I thought Cam was doing a lot of good for Jimmy and Jewels until the whole fallout happened.
I almost want to get into that. Can I give you this?
Go ahead.
Can I give you the quote so now you can kind of answer both questions on this? All right, so look, Soulja Boy is the one that actually is the guy that I was bringing up. He had an IG post that Act just reposted. So I'm just going to read to you what he said. Said, don't get it effed up. You got to start working hard. You got to know, what I'm saying? That's what Soulja Boy said on IG. He's like, I feel like in a way, the mother effing game failed us because they're not kicking back enough knowledge to the young ninjas. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So he said they're not telling the youngins how to get no money. They're not telling ends to how to go out and run up some bands. That's how you youngins be out here going crazy. Ain't shit out spinning. They just out here spinning shit because they feel like they failed us in a way. And then he continued on this IG. He said, all the OGs, you're supposed to be kicking knowledge. Y'all supposed to be kicking game to these young niggas. And so they really weren't trying to run up a bankroll. That's what you're really supposed to do. He said, and that's the problem. I'm trying to tell you, bro, niggas look back and be like, where does all this niggas go wrong and what happened? I'm like, y'all not kicking back no knowledge to these young niggas. That's why. So that's what he's saying.
Again, I understand what Soulja Boy is talking about, but it goes back to what I was saying. These niggas didn't have the time. There was only a certain pie, right? And only certain niggas, say for instance DMX, while he was still hot, got to act and do other things and make a whole other bankroll that a lot of other rappers weren't being able to make, other than the hood movies. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So hip hop has been the biggest breadwinner for a few years, but it really only happened after the transition, after the Drake time. That's when it happened.
I can see that.
And Drake is still popping. And from what I see, every person that Drake puts on, they do something. They get a boost. You feel me? So I really don't know. Back in the day, they were fighting for a very small piece of a pie, and honestly, it was in different areas at different times.
True.
You know what I mean? The 90s, it was East Coast, West Coast. Then pretty much from the 2000s on, late 90s, 2000s on, it's been the South.
Yeah, and then it moved on to the South, and
it's still pretty much at the South.
Memphis got some.
That's the South still. Chicago,
West
that's Midwest and all of that. But that's that's something a little different. But music is still kind of regional for All
right, so solution wise, I'm gonna throw out a solution that you can kind of widespread and actually reach all these potential new artists without actually having to reach out to them, right? There's actually a two-way sword that works for both parties. I think it'll work for content for the artists, and it'll work for the hungry artists actually trying to gain more knowledge. I think they just need to shoot more behind the scenes and just everyday operational things here and there. Obviously not giving away any security or where your whereabouts are going to be currently, but all right, hey, if you did a show and you're off tour, show some of the things on tour that you're doing a little bit, not just getting on stage, but some of the the things that you have to deal with on the road. You know what I'm saying? Things like that, maybe even studio stuff here and there. You know, kids can learn a lot from that, at least, if there's enough behind the scenes.
The game ain't meant to be told, fam. Like,
but you're also selling it because you're monetizing it because you own that music that is out there too. So you are giving it out, but you're making money off of it if you're monetizing it. That's what I mean. Or you put it in a documentary like everybody else has been doing recently on this Hulu and Netflix stuff. There's plenty of outlets.
I guess they could do stuff like that.
Because you're making money to tell them what to do. It's not a straight up masterclass. You can do a masterclass too. You can easily do a masterclass, but you can also run it up and just say, hey, now I'm just providing content once a month, twice a month, 3 times a month on just me going to the studio, me doing this. If I have like a Twitch or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Now we're out there. You're watching me actually produce this work or doing some of the stuff, like just some of the behind the scenes. You don't have to give it all up. You don't have to show where your house is. You don't have to really do any of that. But hey, we're about to go to a show and I'm showing you 3 weeks after the fact. And I'm not showing you where my hotel is or anything. And I'm not going back to that venue to a whole nother year. And then I'll show you another 3 weeks in when I'm gone. I'm probably not going to stay at the same hotel arrangements because things are going to get better because I have more revenue stream anyways. Why not?
I mean,
I think that's a way. It's a way to reach a lot of people without actually just telling everything that you need to tell them. You just tell them enough things to provide them content, how you be an artist. If these young guys in the game are artists, of course, you know. And I mean, if they see the toughest rapper actually just handling business, right? You know, not going too crazy, showing up on time to radio interviews.
Niggas don't show up on time. I'm just
saying.
That ain't happening.
There's a few though. There's a few that will, right? Let's just say they showing up, just showing like, hey, how the green room is, this and that. You know, hey, they're going up to Breakfast Club, shaking some of the people's hands and just a little things like that. That alone, all right, hey, you're supposed to be, you know, and if you are on time just for the cameras, quote unquote, you can make it a good look. You can market it that way too. Like, I'm on time for my interview, waiting, about to get on, boom, go watch the Breakfast Club interview. That's already out anyways. Run those numbers up too. So it's a multiple way where you're making money, but you're still kind of giving up some game. Now, it doesn't need to be Drake, but it needs to be like artists that are big enough that people will follow, but at the same time, you know, it ain't going to be a threat or danger to them too.
There are not that many anymore, bro. Like, when it comes to rap artists, bro, it isn't like it used to be, where there was like big artists everywhere. You get what I'm saying?
I think an early day Chance the Rapper would have worked. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like, just if he would have had like more of an everyday, like not every day, but just, you know, a few little blogs, him making the hats or whatever like that. He don't even got to show the outside of the shirt, just showing the inside of the making the hats. You know what I'm saying? All right, boom. Yeah, you know, you got to do your merch, this and that. Oh, this is, you know, he don't even got to say the cost, but it takes a lot to do it. So if you are going to get into it, expect that you have to worry about this. I mean,
there's only so much, honestly, man, there's only so much that these artists that are still artists can do while they're still artists. True. Like, there's only so much, you feel me? Like, sometimes, and honestly, Soulja, it was like he kind of was getting in his feelings. Like, he had something personal. Like, Probably. he was aiming that directly at somebody specific. Probably. But like, there's only so much popping artists can do.
But I'll say
they're trying to fit in 30 hours worth of shit into 24 hours every day.
No, every day. That's true. But I'll say this: Soulja, at least in real time, would tell you what deals he was trying, at least either in marketing, quote unquote. But he would tell you in real time what deals he's. But honestly,
man, was Soulja mad at himself? Because he would be the old niggas.
He's a part of the OGs now. He's a young OG. He is.
He's the OG. He's the
years in the
sensation.
Game. Yeah. By the years in the game,
digital stuff. That's Soulja Boy.
He still might.
So who is Soulja Boy talking about?
What is he? Just hitting 30 right now, though.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like
years in the game.
Yeah,
you're talking about years in the game.
He's in a whole other like.
He's like Chief Keef.
A whole other generation. He's like, still in it.
He's like Chief Keef almost. Chief Keef is in the younger generation, but what, Chief Keef is now 26, right?
Yeah.
So like,
so it would be like who? It would be
but
like
Chief Keef has been in the game so long, like almost 10 years, that he's technically an OG.
And then
to everybody
to
else.
be quite frank, most of them big artists was getting fucked in the 90s.
Oh, that's a cold hard fact.
Listen,
I think that might be part of what he's trying to say, like,
So, like
contractually. Maybe he's trying to say, hey, you know, some of these guys.
I would think that the contracts are a little bit better now because of all the, like, not the terms per se, but what you're giving away because of the type of stuff. Like, who's really selling whole albums? Who says physical albums? Who's really selling those?
No, that language changed a little bit, but overall it's still the same.
It's still kind of the same, but it's like,
There was actually,
how can I put it, right?
There was
like,
actually complaints about that a few years ago.
It's like, I don't know how to put it, right? Mm-hmm. Without making it sound like, oh, well. Mm-hmm. But it's like, yo, you have to go to law school before you become a lawyer, right? Like, Taylor Swift had a fucked up contract before she had her good contract.
That part.
You know what I mean? Like, and fucked up is relative. Fucked up is how much money how much percentage you feel you should give away. That's where the fucked up is, right? Yeah. Like how much percent of this you should have to give away, and compared to how much you want to give away in a perfect world, right? Like that's, I kind of think where the fucked up is coming from, and it's like, but it's like that everywhere. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't get why. It's hard for me to say. Like, it's hard for me to put it into words. But
I can see both sides of the argument, right? It is hard for like a megastar or some of those even 90s rap stars who are making a killing, but at the same time, a lot of them were getting the bad end of the stick of a lot of these contracts too, because, you know, a lot of these guys just didn't know better. You know what I mean? There wasn't really distribution deals besides, like, you had Baby, you had maybe, and you had Rockefeller, but
I'm gonna put it this
everybody else,
none of those rappers had an easy route to putting things out independently.
No, not at all.
Nothing like there is now.
You have what? The 3-6 Mafia era, right? You have Uncle Luke, and you had Master P. It was the South basically first, and then the up north guys kind of.
Well, like, if you really want to talk about it,
the West,
like, everybody in New York was giving away more than 50%. I'm just going.
Yeah.
In California, same thing. Suge was giving everybody the business. That's why Dre left.
Up until like the Rockefeller deals.
The Rockefeller deals was still fucked up.
Yeah,
it was still a industry standard.
No,
there's like a couple of little differences in language and a couple of little percentage points.
They had Def Jam doing the distribution. You know what I'm saying? That I'm talking about just the higher ups, like the Jay-Z's, the Dames, and Biggs. That's who really ate, obviously, right?
Yeah, but
then you had Master P, who got his distro deal and things like that. They were independent, but they had distribution deals.
Yeah, same thing with Cash Money.
Cash Money, same thing. You got 30 mil, right? Reportedly, Baby got 30 mil to distribute whatever artist is signed under Cash Money. You're gonna distribute it through Universal and push it out there. You know what I'm saying? You make Young Money, same thing. That's under Cash Money imprint anyways, under another label. So it's doing business as a subsidiary, whatever. So boom, now you have Drake still under quote unquote Universal under part of that original deal.
Drake had a pretty industry deal.
Yeah. It's all.
You know what I mean? He just really. The last two deals is when usually those things happen.
Yeah. And plus he got outside.
You start to get your masters back from previous recordings. Like, it just seems to be normal when you become a big enough artist.
Exactly.
And that's only if you go industry. You can easily self-distribute and self-promote and self-stuff now. Way much better and faster and easier than any of these guys. You think if what's that guy from the Midwest, the black guy? He's like one of the highest paid rappers.
You're talking about and he wears a mask too.
Yeah. I can't remember his name. I feel bad about it.
It's like with the immortal technique
type of shit. Yeah.
but it's
I can't remember his name, man.
Tech Nine.
Tech Nine.
There you go. Because I said technique, I needed to say something with a tech just to kind of
Tech
remember.
Nine. Can you imagine if this nigga had the internet?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god!
But he kind of had the internet a little bit with those forums. It was like those dark web forums, like, you know what I'm saying? You had the Boxings of the world, of course, and stuff like that. They would be on them, you know, guys like that.
I'm talking about like the distro kids and the sound exchanges and all of those things. Like, could you imagine?
Oh no, of course he would kill it even more. So
he'd be stupid rich.
But let's say who knows? He might have who knows if he has his own publishing company and did it that way. I don't know if who knows, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of ways where he could just attack the game, Tech Nine, you know what I'm saying? It's just a nice way for you to make a lot of money. But all right. The thing is too, like, it is a double-edged sword. Like I said, it's the artist, you know, some of those top artists probably could tell some of their stories in real time, but obviously the thing about being a rapper is that you could barely show that you ever failed. So them not talking about a failed contract is probably not, you know, in their mind is emotionally probably not the best interest, or even them as an artist. You know, if it's a gangster artist talking about doing X, Y, Z, but then you get a bad contract, you know what I'm saying? In their mind, they're probably thinking, man, they're coming up looking soft, really, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. But, you know, most of those guys do know what they signed and what they're getting into. And if you know you go outwork it, out hustle it.
The ones that outwork it and out hustle it, those are the ones that become the big stars.
Exactly. Like, but there's times where, you know, a label might not do right by you too, but those stories end up getting out there, and, you know, those labels usually aren't as big as they were because they didn't do the right thing anyway. So it's all
there aren't too many labels like that now, unless it's like one of those hole in the wall labels.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, that don't really happen too much. Like, you'll hear about bad contracts.
Everybody has a lawyer. I'm pretty sure most of these entertainment lawyers will tell you the same thing. Yeah, this is about standard.
Yeah. They'll typically tell you that. Of course, they're going to try to get you to reach for more, depending on what your numbers are, how you're doing, things like that. But like, there is a lot of actual, you know, industry information out there. If you do look for it, there's podcasts out there. There's people's complaints. You kind of just got to watch everything, and you know. It's not. There's no just strict course that you could just go open up a book and get everything. Yeah, you have to watch the whole overall, like,
the only way you're going to get
overall game at the same time.
Real knowledge is going through it
and
being with people that have gone through it before.
Yeah, and just, you know, if they're steadfast on not making those mistakes, that's who you want to be around. You know what I mean?
Most of the entertainment lawyers or the music lawyers will tell you each contract is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's the same deals getting given out.
Yeah.
Only certain people, i.e. like the Chances, who have a big enough following that they really don't need the label. That's where the labels give them the best deals.
Oh yeah. That's cold. That's a cold hard fact.
The label is lending you money.
There was a situation where somebody did actually make like a platinum album, and the label, or I think their management, I'm not sure which one failed them. You know what I mean? But this is actually Young Jock. He said after his first album, he was like, "Name a big producer I had on there." He was like, "Nobody." He was like, "We had Nitty on the beat. That's about it, right?"
Nitty.
That's it. He was like, "Name some features I had on there." Nobody. He was like, "So why I only got a marketing budget?" He's like, "I just had a platinum album. I need to advance." So I was like, you know what? He's goddamn right though. You know, just, you know, being in the game, like, if I'm his management or whoever, I gotta push for that. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's like, yeah, dude, like, you're talking about somebody exploding past expectation. There's no features like that or anything like that. I know you see it. Any, mini, mighty, mo, that song, whatever. Plus that it's going down. Just them two alone, platinum. So
a couple grand.
Yeah, a couple grand was on there. Come on, man. He did really good on that first one. So he had
that was a mega. That album was a mega hit.
So on his second one, they gave him like $1 million on the marketing budget, but like no money up front. So I'm not gonna lie, like, that would have been something. That would have been something I'm stopping for. And I'm glad he actually told that story too, because I'm like, if I'm representing him, I gotta
he has to get an advance and a marketing budget,
just because
and a fucking a budget for clothing and a budget for listen.
Yeah, he's
that marketing budget is going to be for marketing.
Yeah, he's supernova. So to me, I'm gonna try to make, I'm gonna gamble and try to just make that happen. Whatever he needs, I'm gonna try to make that happen, just for the fact that he's super exceeded expectation, and for the label too, which he was on Bad Boy too, which this is why, to me right now, Bad Boy is not doing as great as a label, because you had too many of these small little things where you say, you know what, let me just shut him up and pay him real quick. You know what I'm saying? But that was but there was confusion between management and the record label on, because the management was saying the label won't pay.
Everybody know.
But Block,
Yeah, I heard the band got signed for not a lot of money.
Of course.
Like crazy deal.
Yeah. But those things happen. It's a marketing deal overall. You know what I mean? So yeah, dog. When I heard that, like I said, I was glad that I did hear that, and I'm glad that Jock is actually explaining it. But like I said, he's got to get his money up on there, and eventually he got to buy himself out the Bad Boy contract, anyways. So that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? There's still ways that if the business doesn't go right, that you still can correct it in the back end, anyways. So, but at the same time, if you do exceed, I just say record labels overall, they definitely should just abide by it. Just be like, you know what, you exceeded it. Let's go ahead and either renegotiate, or I'm just going to give you at least try to double whatever marketing budget you got and give them an advance. You know what I'm saying? Even if it don't sound like it makes sense, make that offer. at least you're gonna sound like you're trying. You know what I mean? Just to keep the artist happy, because at the end of the day, you got to. If that's going to be your cash cow, and that's a surprising cash cow,
somebody blazing hot.
Yeah, let's. But
like I said,
let's ride it out.
That's what they do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure every artist can tell you that their first deal, especially if it was a basic deal, was horrible.
Yeah, it ain't never gonna be all that.
Yeah,
it's far and few in between.
It sucks. You know what I mean? It sucks.
Far and few in between.
Even the white folk are getting bad deals, so don't get it twisted.
Yeah. It's far few in between where you have a new artist, and most times they're probably under some type of other record label before, and they might have just finished, luckily, or the big label bought them out to be on the first, their first deal that is actually lucrative. You get what I'm saying?
Look at Scooter Braun. Mm-hmm. He owned all of Taylor Swift's old stuff.
Mm-hmm. Damn. That's crazy now to think about it.
And she wanted it, but he ain't selling it. He bought the the label or the label rights or whatever the case may be, and it came with all of those Taylor Swift masters.
Party in the USA type shit.
Yeah, all her first couple, all them slaps when she was still country. When she just, when she made the full pop crossover.
Yeah, I'm never giving that up. Sorry. You got to come with such a bag. You got to give me that.
It's
house.
Savage out there, man.
You'd have to give me that house in Connecticut. I seen it.
It's savage out there, man.
And that whole town that you owned.
I'm not even gonna front. It's a cold game.
Yeah, man. Not to switch up the energy too much, man, but we'll go a little bit more somber, man. Master P, we're gonna say rest in peace to his daughter. I read
what happened to Master P's daughter?
Apparently, they want to just respectfully have their privacy, but they said mental illness and substance abuse is a real issue that can't be afraid, and we can't be afraid to talk about it. I'm with God, she's with God. We will get through this. # my angel.
Yeah.
Just
that's tough. That's, my condolences to the Miller family.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough situation. You know what I'm saying? I know. Think what's the name went through something similar. Styles P. You know what I mean? I think he went through something similar. I don't know exactly what went on, but he had a daughter that passed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if it was substance abuse or depression or something like that, or mental illness, but it's a lot of things that go on, man. So you just gotta hug your loved ones and make sure everything's cool. And then another thing I read that is kind of down, but we'll see. We just got to get the update. Is this man Young Dolph update?
What about it?
The judge basically said this is going to be going on for a long time. Like the whole case, everything, because it's like the judge handling the criminal case against the two men accused of killing rapper Young Dolph last year told the victim's family Friday that it may be years before they can see even a little bit of justice.
I don't know really what to say about that one. I mean, I hope everything works out for Young Dolph and his family. But if everything was everything, I think his family would be all right. It's tough. It's tough they lost their pops in the way that they did. And, his family, his mother, it's always tough when I could imagine to bury a child. That's not usually the way things are supposed to work. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, man, I mean, the system is the system. It works at its own pace.
Yeah, man, it does work at its own pace. And, those guys are probably going to be sitting in there a long time delaying and doing what they can to pretty much hold off their plea deal or whatever they're going to end up taking anyways, because I don't think it's going to go to trial, for one. But in the positive spark of things, I remember we were talking about this a few months back. Remember when the homie Richie was asking if you think Key Glock could hold it down? I think I might have to change my answer.
Yeah, he's holding it down.
Yeah, he's kind of holding it down right now. He's got he's got 2 or 3 hits right now that I'm kind of like, ambition for this cast. A song with him and Gucci right now. Hey, he's making me a believer.
It's like Lil Wayne now. Mm-hmm. That's all we got.
Mm-hmm. Nah, it's like Drake when Wayne went to jail. He said we gonna put Drake on every single hook. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like Key Glock right now is surprisingly holding down the fort.
Yeah, he is. And I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not sure if people are gonna sign to the label, how he's gonna maneuver after the fact, but he is doing this thing.
He's the label right now.
He's definitely the label.
He is the label. So, I mean, the current's gonna go with Key Glock.
Yeah, I definitely changed my answer from months ago because I didn't think it was gonna hold the fort. I had my doubts. I had huge doubts.
Dolph was such a big presence.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
and he was getting bigger.
It's tough. That could you imagine Death Row, like losing Dr. Dre or some shit like that when Snoop and Tupac is just coming out.
That's like losing Pac, really. And you see what basically happened at Death Row after Pac was gone. It was very cloudy days. That's why when you typically lose your biggest artist in a label, it's typically over. You know what I'm saying? More times than not. That's why over just all that hip hop history, just watching that, I just naturally assumed. But then he just came out with the most strongest songs right after, man. I got to give this guy his applause, man. I'm hoping he come out with some more fire heat that I could listen to, because that's definitely a real tough way to kind of carry the torch, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's Drake, but he's pulling a Drake move when Wayne went to jail. Mm-hmm. But literally, you at least had a chance you at least had some hope that Wayne's going to come back and come into the fold, which he was able to do. When the person's deceased, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? It's just done. Man. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a real sad situation. But like I said, he's turning into a positive one, man. Real fucking dope.
Yeah, that's crazy. What do you... this one's actually a 2-part thing, right?
Go ahead.
So, the white privilege thing has been getting tossed around because of Jack Harlow, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because, number 1 album, this, that, and the third, number 1 songs.
He had a lot of promotion on that. They had a lot of dollars on that. And then
a lot of the fanfare is coming back that the album is actually mid. You know what I mean? Like, it's all right. Like
Midrosky.
Yeah, like somebody made the perfect comment. Like, this is perfect. Jack Harlow's album is perfect brunch music, right? Perfect brunch music.
That was actually low key me.
Yeah, okay, you made it, man. So like, niggas ain't gonna get up and start dancing around, and bitches ain't gonna be dancing on the table, but you get a little table bop.
Yeah, just
you know what I mean? Just like little
head nodding music. You know what I'm saying?
While you eat brunch, something light, low key, whatever the case may be. I think it was Punch from TDE. he had said like when First Class came out, it's crazy how exceptional we have to be as opposed to the other folks meaning white. They just need a C+ average basically. If that, we really have to talk about it at some point. Because like I said, Jack Harlow, First Class came out and it got to number 1, and like a lot of people are saying it's mid. You know, it's okay.
Yeah, it's an okay song. It's not the best
great.
song.
Like I didn't think it was number 1, but I mean, hey.
It can be in a certain rotation. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I'm not gonna sit there and basically just, you know what I'm saying? Like basically just be I'm not gonna just be like downing them, but at the same time I gotta be real. Like it wasn't like the best hit ever or anything like that. It was just something that, hey, it's in the rotation. You want to just play it once in a while, cool. But number 1, scratching my head. But you also know there is, you know, payola. There's definitely payola in the game. So
yeah,
connections.
David Banner has said something like, when it comes to that, like white people in America, white people in the world are propped up on everything. White people's whiteness is a benefit to them worldwide, and you know, that's pretty much what's going on. Like we don't have to beat around the bush. Like, yes,
yeah, it happens.
White people listen. They can spit and say it's rain to a lot of people. It's not necessarily good or anything like that, but
I'll say
the
this.
world's fucked up. Like
white people will get more propped up
easily
if they're not the dominant race in that field, they'll get more propped up.
Yeah, 1000%.
You know what I'm saying? Like
because it's like, yeah, they're white and they're doing this.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. White man can't jump. Little things like that. So you can see it. You know, Larry Bird. You have the Eminems. You now have Jack Harlow. Things like that. Things that are dominated by another race. There's let's say even baseball right now is dominated.
I mean, you could even say
baseball is dominated by the Spanish community.
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
So
I want to say there's still a lot of white folk, but it's Spanish folk.
Who's the white guy that's doing it right now?
Trout, Bryce Harper.
Is it Judge too? Is Aaron Judge?
Well, he's mixed.
He's mixed? Okay. All right. But
he's mixed.
But they're going to probably claim him anyway. Like, man, he's ours. You know what I'm saying?
1000%.
If there was the racial draft, Aaron Judge they put in some money up for him. They might be trading up, actually. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's
they probably would have taken Derek Jeter too.
Oh, of course. He's they got straight hair. You know what I'm saying? He still got straight hair, so they're gonna take him. They're gonna take him for sure. But like with all that going on, like I do understand that, and for me, I understand the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just because Jack Harlow is like the new potential white guy. They did it for Vanilla Ice too. They did
it for Eminem.
There's always about a decade or so. They're gonna try to.
There's one,
and I'm not.
They tried to do it with
There's a lot of actual good white rappers.
Those white guys from Seattle, who like he won the Grammy over Kendrick, and he was like, Kendrick, I'm sorry. Macklemore. They tried to do it with him.
Yeah, he did. He did have a little run.
Run.
No, he had a massive like first album, second album run.
Jesus Christ, dog! This nigga was so big. I
almost forgot about him too. Like. But that's what I'm saying. So it was what? It was Ice, Eminem, Macklemore, now Harlow.
Yeah.
And the marketing is strong for these guys, like super strong. Like you gotta give it to the labels when it comes down to marketing for white artists. They go hard, saying like
Lil Uzi Vert said he don't have white privilege because he's signed to black folk, to Generation Now. That was his retort
to him being like also
to having white privilege.
I don't think if I had to guess. Do you
think it matters?
If I had to guess right now,
do you think it matters that he signed to black people or white people? Like it really don't matter to me because
it don't matter to me.
Once that machine happens, it
just all depends on who's on what machine that conglomerate you're signing to. That's it. At the end of the day, like. You're going to go as far as that machine can take you, and you have to make it work too. Mm-hmm. You know? But All right, who got their album promoted better?
It's
would
like
it be,
this, right?
Would it be Jack Harlow's second album, or his first album, or Lil Uzi Vert's first album? Because I can tell you right there.
Listen, bro. I mean, that don't even really have to be a debate. Like, once Jack Harlow put out his first album and that hit with Tory came, he went number one.
What's Poppin' was everywhere.
Yeah, like, and the remix too.
But
remix went number one also.
But Lil Uzi Vert's song went on 2K and other. Yeah, you know. But
Jack is white.
Yeah, of course.
It's always that but when it comes to the white guy. Like, it's not. I'm saying it like. It's not that I'm saying it like it's a little extra oomph. It's not
that they want to push it, but it's
gonna happen.
It's gonna happen because it's like, let's see what you get. Well, let's see what you can do.
Big companies see that white guy able to sell to black people. Like, black people are,
and white people too.
But the black people, he's already gonna sell to white people.
Yeah, for sure.
It's pretty much a given.
Yeah.
But now that you can market him to black folk and they can sell through him. Mm-hmm. Listen. Those multinational corporations see that and they snap that up. They want him to I'll tell you this, right? New Balance got Jack on a deal.
Yeah.
On a deal.
They got him early.
Listen.
If he would have got with Drake.
I bet you they renegotiating the contract as we speak.
As soon as he did the Drake video.
Even like, before that. Before he did What's Poppin', he was signed to them.
That's what I'm saying. But like after the Drake thing, that's when I'm really going to him. I was like, I got a Drake verse. Everything is up. I'm doing the Dirk. I'm doing the little Dirk right now. I'm gonna get everything. I'm gonna get paid from everyone. You know what I'm
sure
saying?
He got Dirk on one of the songs. I'm pretty sure he got. I can't remember because I listened to it. Like I said, it was alright.
It was alright. It's like you ride around or you just chilling, eating some brunch with some females, bopping your head, and you know you don't really want them to dance too much, but it's like, all right, you just vibing. That's Jack Harlow to a T.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's like,
but what about Post too? Like they tried to do that with Post, and it did work. But the thing is, like he went into singing, so it kind of was like a singer rocker.
I mean, he was always really a singer.
I think they kind of kid rocked him a little bit, but he
a little.
But he swerved it back with doing the Roddy Ricch songs and the song with like Thug and certain songs like that.
Post,
you know what I mean?
Post is.
He's an artist.
He's a mega artist. He's like one of those big artists.
He's just an artist because he can rap though. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's not just a rapper. He's not just a singer. He's like one of them dudes that's just an artist. You throw him on a track, whatever he's feeling that day, he can give you what the track needs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
That's what Post Malone does. At the end of the day.
And I called Post Malone too. Mm-hmm. I called it the first time we saw him at fucking what's the name of that spot?
There was another spot though. I seen him with Caitlin Garcia too.
Nah, but I'm talking about when we saw him when it was like a Norma function every Sunday. Was it
Sidebar?
Sidebar, and he was there with his girl.
Do remember that?
And then like he did a little 1-2 on the stage. Mm-hmm. Chilled in VIP section. Like VIP is not really a section at Sidebar.
No, it's
they just got some couches.
They got some couches and maybe
and he was there, and the way. Listen, I called it from then. I told our lawyer Randy when I first met Randy actually, and he told me he was an entertainment lawyer when I met him at Circle House, with Clark.
Yeah, I think I was editing some video or something.
Yeah, you were doing something.
Yeah, it was something with Randy.
And another artist, something. There was another artist that we possibly was there that
I
we
remember
knew.
It was, I think that girl Katia or Katie or something like that. You gave her some clothes for that video, and I was doing the edit for that.
Okay, yeah.
And I was doing the edit for that video, and you just rode out with me, and we were doing the edit in the studio. Yeah, so
we were chopping it up with Randy, and I was like, listen, if there's somebody you need to get now, if he's not on your radar, you need to get Post Malone. He is going to be the biggest thing. And yes, he still is. He's still one of the bigger artists in music today.
Yeah, you're definitely paying him you definitely could pay him $100K. And
More than that.
Yeah, I'm just saying they comfortably make that back. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking for a show.
For a show, I'm pretty sure his fee is somewhere like quarter million right now.
He might be at $250,000.
$250,000 right now.
You can ask that.
$250,000.
You can ask that.
And if you do a Post Malone concert right now, just Post Malone, you will get that $250,000 back.
Yeah, because he has enough of a catalog for it to go a good
Jesus
little while.
Christ.
But you should have a couple good openers, of course. You know what I'm saying? Just to match the energy. You know what I'm saying? He'll probably have Tyler Wilde or whatever. You know what I mean?
Tyler Yahweh.
Yahweh. You
He's
know what I'm
all
saying? Yeah. You know, they're going to do that song. I think they're working together a lot. So.
Yeah, they're same management.
Okay, yeah, there we go. That's
same
why.
management.
So he'll probably be on the bill. You know what I'm saying? He shot some love to the South Strip too, by the way, randomly.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It was on the post for Pissy tonight. So, yeah, that's going to be out there.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah. And then...
I mean, he's from like here, not South Florida, but he's from like what's not that Orlando place that everybody. It's not Orlando.
Ocala.
No, it's like Winter Haven or some shit.
Oh, that place. Yeah. That's
He's like from Winter Haven or
that's like
that area.
It's like the Weston or Parkland of like, and Miami would be the equivalent.
Winter Haven's kind of hood too, though.
It is, but there's some nice ass areas there too. Super nice. There's like a super nice town center. I ate some food out there. They say Luka Doncic actually be pulling up to that one. yeah. And getting some food out there. Yeah.
Luka's another one, bro. Like who
Euro white guy.
Yeah, he's another one that's kind of getting a little propped up because of his.
I mean, let's be real.
He's raw. Yeah, don't get it twisted.
No. Let's be real, dog. They were propping up JJ Redick and Duke though. Yeah,
but JJ Redick was a killer at Duke.
Yeah, but
Duke, he was a killer. Don't get it twisted.
He was.
Don't get it twisted.
He was money.
He was a killer. Professional career is a little different. But while he was at Duke, yes, there was a reason why he was the most hated. He used to get prank calls. He used to get death threats. But he came in and he sniped people.
Yeah. He'll light it up. He'll definitely light it up.
But like Luka, right? Like, nobody's talking about how Luka's game is ugly. I don't want to see him dribble the ball, blah, 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 like they did James Harden.
Yeah, they don't do that. The only thing that they say is like, oh, everybody else needs help him out.
They say about Luka, he controls the game at his own pace. Nobody can speed him up. And he gets his players involved and he gets them wide open shots. That's exactly what James Harden did.
He still does that for the most part. He's just lost
right,
like
but they don't talk about James Harden. They don't talk about James Harden in the same light they talk about Luka.
I wonder if they'll ever do like a graph, like basically showing how many dribbles James Harden did in the natural play and how much did Luka do in the natural play. That graph has to be nearly the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's almost the same. Like, I guarantee you.
Dribbles per possession or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The DPP or whatever as they will call it. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
You heard about Ye?
Nah, what's up with Ye?
He signed Aaron Donald and Jaylen Brown to Donda Sports.
So he's their management.
Sports I mean, management. It's not like Jay-Z was anybody from Rock Nation's manager. He just owned the company.
No, I'm just saying, but like
I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be directly.
No. I wouldn't expect him to. But like, if he has like,
I think they're like the first two, maybe. You know what I mean? The first two big ones. So I'm pretty sure they're going to get a personal touch.
No, I'm pretty sure if he can get like not Worldwide West himself, but if he can get like a guy like that, that has stature that can just be their management on a day to day, and Kanye should be able to get some pretty good people working under him, especially if you got Jaylen Brown already. And you said Aaron Donald, but the only thing is, if Aaron Donald, I heard another piece of news too of Aaron Donald. Basically, if the Rams don't offer like basically a max contract, he's gonna retire. You heard about that?
Who?
Aaron Donald. He said he will retire if he doesn't get like a sufficient contract, which means max.
I would assume
max amount.
He's only getting paid like $9 million, and 5 of it's because of a bonus.
So yeah.
So like niggas is out here making $25 million.
And he's the best in the league.
DeAndre, the wide receiver, his name's DeAndre, right?
Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins. He's making like $28 million this year, fam.
I think he got it from that.
31.
He got it from that catch, though. That one.
He was on that contract anyway from the Texans.
Really?
Yeah. DeAndre paid.
Damn.
Paid.
A lot of money.
You saw what he did with all them trash quarterbacks.
Yeah, he made a lot of people look good. He made a lot of people look good.
He made Deshaun look good too, but Deshaun's a baller.
It was like when Wes Welker was on the Dolphins, like holding it down. That was another guy too, another white guy that they. Oh no, he deserved it though. He's nice too.
Yeah, I guess Brown said he was feeling underappreciated throughout the league, and he hopes that he can get elevated to like superstar status before he hangs him up. And I've been saying this. I think I said it on this podcast that they don't talk about Jaylen Brown too.
No, they don't.
He's been balling. He's been just as consistent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's times I think he's better than Jason Tatum. For
a lot
sure.
of times, but you know, I've heard it say because Jason's light skinned and he's dark skinned and he's a Muslim, why they prop up Jason Tatum more.
I think it's honestly
Jaylen Brown.
I think that, but also
because he was going through it too.
The Muslim part,
he was going through Ramadan too, and they didn't say shit.
Yeah, I think the Muslim part is the part where, you know, if he came out with that, you know, if he would have pulled that out the bag, like maybe after this year or the year after, saying that he's Muslim, he probably would have went further. Just because you know how that thing goes. It's been a lot of bad blood, you know, between, you know, with the propaganda of America and that whole thing. So that might have been a little bit more wise if he wanted, you know, I think. But at the same time, you should stand on whatever you're doing.
What would be hard is an easy basketball shoe, though. If Jaylen Brown gets an easy basketball, that would be fire. Like I don't even buy Kanye sneakers because he's with Adidas. Yeah. And I'm a Nike guy. Like that's just how it is, fam. All my favorite athletes also were Nike guys.
I think with Brown, I think this actually could help him because he was out there on the marches too, right? During the Black Lives Matter events and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So like with going with quote unquote Donda Sports, he should have a great media company be able to.
Yeah,
you know,
he gonna be in all the Flies stuff. He
like,
gonna be all the Flies gear, all the hypest gear, I should say. Not even the Fly, but like he's gonna be out there. Trust me.
And honestly, they can do like little shorts and things like that of him like speaking, but make powerful imagery and stuff like that. Because if he wants to come across like
he won't be a superstar.
He doesn't need to be
like,
Colin Kaepernick, but he could still speak on those things with powerful.
I don't know if that's what like that way is where he's trying to go. I think he just want to be. I think he just want to be like, yo, I'm here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it's not just Jaylen. We boys and all, but I'm dropping 32.
No, he definitely is. He definitely is. He's honestly, it's going to be a tough time, but like you'll see his stats. Let's just say the Celtics win the overall finals versus the Warriors. We'll get more into that soon.
That's what everybody's saying.
Yeah, like
everybody is saying that the Celtics got like a 68 or 86% chance of winning the series. Like everyone's talking about the Celtics. Put your money on Steph Curry.
Yeah, I like Steph Curry.
Put your money on Steph Curry.
I don't know what Jordan Poole's going to do in the finals yet, but he's shown me a lot throughout this playoffs that he can.
Yeah, he's shown me a lot. You know, we got to see.
Klay Thompson is going to show up like he's been showing up.
Yeah, Klay is going to be Klay all day.
Yeah, so if he's
Dre is going to be Dre all day.
If Klay gives me 20 to 25 on the average, really, if you can get like closer to 25 on the average,
give me 5 threes. Give me 5 threes a game, maybe 6.
If he can average 25 for the series on good percentage shooting, that's gonna be one thing that's gonna be necessary.
Honestly, it's really and truly it's Steph Curry. It's Steph Curry you got to see.
I think Steph Curry is gonna spread people out so much, anyways, that it to me, even if you shut down Steph Curry, you really need Andrew Wiggins and the other guys to really be a problem. Because if those guys are a problem, and now those guys don't want to sag off, and I don't think they're going to try to, with all the screens that he's going to get though. Mm-hmm. I think Steph Curry is going to just basically go after Grant Williams and try to cook him.
Oh, word.
Yeah, run a double screen.
Yeah,
run a double screen, hit the elbow. Now I got Grant Williams space out. I'm going to either splash on him, Draymond back up, or do a screen depending on who's with me, and maybe I'll have Robert Williams out there trying to guard me while I splash a 3 over him, and that's it. That's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? You know, I know a little ball here and there, so I think that's what's gonna happen with Steph. But the other guys like Wiggins, Kuminga, you know what I'm saying, Moody, Damian Jones, right? If those guys can play well, and they have Andre Iguodala too. If those guys can play well off the bench, that's where the series is really going to lie, because the bench of the Celtics actually is pretty good. You have Tice, you have potentially Horford if they want to bring him off the bench. You have Robert Williams if they want to bring him off the bench. You know, you have Pritchard's here and there, but you have to guard him offensively. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, defensively, if you have like a bigger guy like Wiggins on him, he's going to cook. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that's about to go down with that, man. I think it's going to be a really, really, really good series. I got Warriors in 7. You know what I'm saying? Just because you were speaking on it earlier. You said experience, right? Experience.
I got to go with experience.
Yeah.
Like I know. I don't know
if
Boston
I see the Celtics
guys
yet.
have played like, you know, a bunch of games too. But like the championship's a little different. It's a different animal.
Yeah, it's a tough
different
one.
Same beast, different animal.
Lights are brighter. You know what I'm saying? The court's still the same and everything like that.
The crowd's a little bit louder.
But the crowd is louder.
The play's a little more physical.
Whole bunch of new cameras everywhere.
All that stuff. It's a whole different. The media is different. Everything's different.
I mean, and just think about the court side. Court side itself is going to be straight stars.
And we're back. All right, so back to this Warriors Celtics thing, right? How do you feel about the Warriors making it back and the Celtics making it after KD left and Kyrie left? Because you know they're getting a whole bunch of shit. You know that was going to be the story. That was going to be one of the number one stories. And it's like, it seems like Kyrie's getting kind of piled on top of, you know, the whole vaccine thing and all of that stuff. So like, do you think it's more an indictment on them that the teams, like, especially more so Kyrie than KD, right?
Yeah.
But like, Kyrie went to Boston. Without him, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. With him, they were out in like the second round.
Yeah.
Then without him again, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. And now, I want to say like 2 years later, they're in the finals, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much the same crew, except Al Horford came back. Grant Williams, obviously, because he was a rookie, or he is a rookie. I don't know. He was a rookie last year.
I think he might have been a rookie around that time. I'm not sure.
But even with the same thing with kind of with KD, Draymond said we won without you, we won with you, and we're gonna win another one without you.
Yeah.
Like, we did it before you came, so don't think. You know, like, do you think? What do you think?
All
like, right. I think Kyrie is a handful. I think the whole Kyrie like aura, you know what I mean? Like,
now looking back,
he's definitely a culture disruptor.
No, for sure. If you're asking me this question, like, who's looks worse out of those two? It seems like KD, but I would have to go Kyrie. And I'll explain to you why.
Before you go, do you think KD will win another chip?
It's possible. He's going to have to make some moves. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if they can actually get another super team due to the fact that what Kyrie did. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's going to be another pandemic, but he has to show right now that he's willing just to play all those games and, you know what I'm saying, and really be like a team player and show that he wants to be there. Then maybe after this year, somebody will hop in with them and they'll be able to ball.
Ziggy just walked in.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's what I do think will happen. But back to what I was saying before, I think Kyrie for sure is the person that looks worse off of it. And here's the simple answer. Because he left from the Cavs, which was a team that made the finals. You know what I'm saying?
Went right back. So you had a guy that can get you there. And was this Jordan Clarkson and shit?
Yeah, after that, they traded for Jordan Clarkson.
Listen.
But before that, before Jordan Clarkson, it was Derrick Rose and Isaiah Thomas and stuff like that. Then they made a trade for Clarkson and all those guys.
Yeah, LeBron went right back.
He went back with Larry Nance, Clarkson. He basically went back with the other Lakers team. You know what I'm saying? The other young Lakers team, low-key,
and
right?
it was literally, the difference was one game.
Yeah.
One game.
So now you go from that team.
They won when Kyrie was there.
Mm-hmm.
They went 1-4 in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
When Kyrie wasn't there, I think they got swept. One game difference Kyrie made.
Yeah.
I don't think Kyrie and KD will win a championship. I think KD can win one on his own. I don't know if necessarily KD and Kyrie will win one together.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to go down either.
I don't know what's really happening.
They're good enough, but if they would have kept Harden, I would actually go against that. But they didn't keep Harden. Harden wasn't happy because of the Kyrie situation, and you know exactly how that went. He's on the Philly, and he might be
like, I don't think it's gonna.
I don't think it's gonna happen. But with Kyrie too, he also went to the Celtics, right? They went to the Eastern Conference Finals twice, one time without him, and then he made the comment like, "What was
didn't win? He didn't get to the finals with him.
No, he didn't. He made the conference finals.
He didn't get there with him either. He was hurt.
That's what I mean. As soon as he played with them, they went less further.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Then
like
he left.
Then he left, and then they started
went
rising.
to the Eastern Conference Finals again.
So, and he was saying, what was the comment he said? He was like, "Oh, you know, they don't know no better," or something like that.
Yeah, they don't know how to win.
They don't know how to win, but basically,
I really don't think he knows how to win.
That kind of shows you right there.
Yeah, I've been saying that. Like, I've been beating this Kyrie drum for a minute.
But you know, in rebuttal too, there is an argument to say that you had like an easy way to the finals with the Warriors with KD and an unstoppable force of a team that still to this day I'm not sure who the hell would beat that team.
I think, but at the same token,
to this day, all the teams that made the finals and won since then, who's beating that team? You think LeBron? LeBron's
so.
Lakers would take him out?
No.
With just AD and Kuzma and them? Nah. That's not happening.
I think
Raptors are not winning.
I think Steph would have, if they would have, I felt as though if they ever brought anybody else
the Bucks winning, no,
they would do good with everybody being healthy. I always thought a healthy Warriors had a chance, with or without KD.
Yeah. Like all you need is Harrison Barnes or somebody pretty good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly, they could have plug and played a lot of people in that lineup and probably did fairly decent. Like,
no, but KD.
Could you imagine?
KD made it unstoppable.
Could you imagine if Paul George was there?
Yeah.
Championship?
Nice. They'd still win the chip. Yeah, they still.
Kawhi
would be even better because it would give them like a more
championship.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Because he's more Harrison Barnes.
Okay. How about this?
But way better.
Jaren Jackson Jr. Still win the chip? Talking about Jaren Jackson now.
Who's
replace
Wiggins?
Replace Wiggins with Jaren Jackson Jr.
Possibly.
Still win a chip? They're winning a chip, fam.
Possibly, yeah.
He was like second in Defensive Player of the Year. They're winning a chip.
You know what? For the Celtics series, yeah, for sure. They would win it.
Jason Tatum?
Oh, for sure.
They're winning a chip? Okay. So like I think
But with KD, we have to agree that
nobody's beating them.
It seems more insurmountable than any team you could.
I agree with you on that.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you on that. But I still think they could have plug and played a lot of motherfuckers in that spot and got those two chips.
I agree. But like I said, who looks worse is still probably Kyrie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
but
1,000%.
Easy street for KD, too, is kind of like...
KD did his thing. Yeah, KD did his thing. But I think it's set up for a lot of people to do their thing at that... He just did it, and he's supposed to do it.
But the Finals MVP put a stamp on and made it look even better.
You got 3 other All-Stars on your team.
No, facts.
And the offense was built around KD while he was there.
No, it was
like they literally built the offense for KD while he was there.
They made sure he was comfortable, honestly. Like, because he went from being able to be a scoring champ to being able to still score a lot or just way more efficient, really. You know what I'm saying?
And be a defender.
Yeah, and he was playing the 5.
And he was definitely a plus defender.
And he played the 5, right? I think
a lot of times.
Yeah, they had him at the 5 a lot, so he was able to just run out there with Draymond, I think.
He was a 0.5, but he was a 5.
Yeah, it was with him, Draymond, and Iguodala plus Clay and Steph, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, them boys was doing it. I ain't even gonna lie. That squad right there. I can't see who the hell's being that. So if you want to argue about that, yeah, maybe. But the other part is
Giannis. What if Giannis was there?
Oh yeah, you know how many free throws they'll start shooting?
Jokic.
Yeah. I mean, their defense.
DeAndre Ayton.
Their defense wouldn't be as good, but yeah, I'd rather have like somebody that's like partially defensive. So like an Ayton would be good for them. Giannis, of course, would be ridiculous for them. They would win just as much with KD and Giannis. I'll say that.
Yeah, I feel as if KD and LeBron had switched places, I don't necessarily think KD would have beat the Warriors if LeBron was on the Warriors.
Nah, probably not.
So it's like KD is great, right? But like sometimes you just gotta, like it's just like a Jamaican, like Jamaicans saying, like just know yourself, man. Just like you gotta just cool.
All right, LeBron can't carry you right now from what it seems like to like the promised land by himself, but back in them times when he was controlling the pace, doing his Luka, Harden, whatever, he got to the chip.
Yeah,
just what it was. Like he got to the chip.
I mean,
and
LeBron kind of got to the LeBron. You can't take nothing away from LeBron, right? But at the same time, I don't think. Did LeBron really? He
controlled a lot of pace.
No, but did he revolutionize the game like Steph Curry did?
Revolutionize? No, he was a freak of nature. Nobody can really copy that.
Yeah, like
that's the problem with.
I mean, maybe like it made it cool for all positions to pass the ball and to initiate offense.
You could be a big athletic guy and play all positions, guard 1 through 5, and be a Swiss Army knife and do it all. This is why the only argument for LeBron versus Jordan would be that he could literally do it all and still be big. You know what I'm saying? And like actually guard a 1 through 5. Jordan can't guard a 5. Let's be real. Like even into
not a 90s 5, but he could guard a 2022 5. Not Embiid.
Not Embiid,
but he could.
I wouldn't give him Jokic either. Like I wouldn't want him guarding.
Man.
I don't want him guarding.
I don't know, man.
You know how much
I feel as though Prime Mike could.
If Jokic is posting all day, you know how much his jumper is going to suffer. Like those mid-range fadeaways in the fourth is not going to sink down. It's just not. Like this is why Pippen guarded certain guys like that. Pippen could guard those 5.
But 1 through 4 is good enough.
Yeah, 1 through 4, I can give him 1 through 4 in today's game. But with LeBron, he can guard one. He can play 1 through 5. He can guard 1 through 5. That's where LeBron would be able to get his plus whatever all-time stats he drops in. That's his only 2 arguments that you give him. If you ask me, Jordan's the best. 6 for 6 is a argument in the finals. Never going to Game 7. It's a hard one that I'm never gonna really get over it. Plus a Jay-Z bar too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to get over. Never gonna get over that one, man. It's crazy though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the thing is though, but back to that too. I was just kind of thinking too, man. Not to do a hard shift, but I was like. Before even talk about these finals, like how even the Celtics got there, that shot that Jimmy Butler took.
Oh yeah, we have to touch on that, right?
Yeah.
All right, man. So I'm gonna give my little take about this, and then I think you could.
I'll retort.
Right. So like, honestly, I just feel that he didn't have any more legs, bro. And he's a superstar. He already dropped in 38 before, up to that point. Last game was 47. They were down by 2. I know Al Horford was backing up, and a lot of people saying, like Jay Will said, like, I know that if I got him backing up, I could blow by him. But I don't necessarily think Jimmy thought he could do that. And I've seen Giannis. I mean, you saw what he did with Giannis.
Yeah.
You feel me? You saw what he did with Giannis, so I don't necessarily think that Jimmy felt that he could blow by him at that point in time, given the fact that he had a bad knee. Right? Mm-hmm. So I think it was all right, man. You got to live and die with a superstar. Yeah, there was 16 seconds left, but I don't think he necessarily had it in him to break Al Horford down.
Little in and out.
Yeah, I just don't think he had it, man. And nobody was it's not like niggas was moving. Like they no actions were happening on the other side of the court. Mm-hmm. Nobody's cutting. Nobody's nothing, right? So like, I feel as though Jimmy did whatever he had to do. Like, I would have liked him to, since Al Horford was backing up, dribble in a little bit and take like a 17-footer or something you're a little more comfortable at than a three. But like, you feel me? I don't know necessarily Jimmy knew how much time was on the clock. I'm not necessarily, you get what I'm saying? Like,
I think he knew how much time was on the clock, right? But
I mean, obviously he knew how much time, like, he had a general idea, right? But like, it's not like he started it with a 24. He didn't get the ball with a full 24.
No, he didn't. It was like 18, 16.
Yeah, so like
that. Wasn't crazy.
So like, by the time he took the shot, it was like 3 dribbles, pull up, and he made that shot earlier.
Yeah. No,
and I think he was doing good from 3 in general during the game.
Open threes, he was like, in the series, he was like 4 or 7 or something like that.
So like, I don't think he did a bad thing.
No, I don't think he did either.
If he did it again, I'd still say the same thing.
All right. I'll say this. I don't think Jimmy was thinking that deep as far as like, yo, I don't want to go to overtime, things like that.
No, I wasn't saying about the overtime.
No, but hear me out, right? You remember the play that Jimmy went up against Al Horford, like, I don't know, when it was some part of the game.
The major pump fake play?
He pump faked and then blew by and then went for a layup, but he used his off arm. It was really an offensive foul, but then he scooped it off the backboard, went straight in. Mm-hmm. I think after that, he was like, I don't know if I got too many moves to make that layup again. And if I try that again, they're probably going to call an offensive foul because they are already talking about he's doing that. I watched them complain about it after I made the layup because he was on the ground. So all you see is, you see everybody throwing out their forearm on the team. And he pushed off. So I think as that's going up, I'm back. He's backing up. Well, let me just shoot this 3 because he's backing up. Because if I try that shit again, I'm probably either going to get an offensive foul or Jaylen Brown's going to help out and I have to kick it out to Oladipo in the corner. And Depot's been missing.
Yeah, you saw what Al was.
Let's be real. Depot was missing.
A few good defensive possessions on Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
You feel me? I think Al played the averages. All right, this nigga's going to drive the ball. Yeah. And started backpedaling. And Jimmy, I think Al did a smart thing because if Al would have stopped, I think Jimmy would have drove the ball.
Exactly, because it would have been like a in and out hezzy, and then
because Jimmy already had the momentum going forward, Al would have been stopped.
Exactly.
So he would have blew by him, but Al had already seen. All right, He probably want to go for a layup, tie the game. That's the smart thing to do. So Al started backing up.
And not to mention
to gain defensive position.
And not to mention
so Jimmy had Butler, to counter off of that and shoot that 3.
He made a game winner like that or a game tire like that.
The step back 3 in it, like Philly. He did that in Minnesota.
But in Miami, he did the run up, pull up, middle of the
not elbow,
court.
Right elbow,
right, slightly right elbow. Same thing though. He pulled up and hit that. If you type in Jimmy Butler Heat game winner, he has that same type of shot in the highlights somewhere. You can look it up. So he's probably thinking, let me do this again. It's already kind of his sweet spot. He ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like that's why I think Jimmy did that personally. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I think he did the right thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, he countered off of what Al was doing.
Yeah. No, I actually
Jimmy
agree.
Ain't Jay Will. He don't have that type of speed. Not after playing all 48 minutes, fam.
That part too. Nobody actually talks about that part.
All 48 minutes, bro. I'm surprised he wasn't cramping up.
All 48.
He had to have been eating bananas and drinking Gatorade, fam.
All 48 minutes.
On a bad knee.
On a bad knee. In the Eastern Conference Final on the Game 7, which basically means if you would have swept it out, you'd already be
you
in the
would have been
finals,
resting already.
Rested or playing in the finals, which you're probably at Game 2 or 3 because this is at a Game 7. You know what I'm saying? Like, realistically. So, yeah, it's tough on the body, man. Like,
so, yeah, man, people need to lay off of Jimmy. Like,
I think he's going to be forever loved in Miami. I'll say that.
Yeah, Jimmy's a whole vibe.
Yeah, like, I'm not sure if he actually needs to win. And I'm not sure what they're going to do in the offseason, too, actually. Get
rid of Kyle, hopefully. Get rid of that money. Get rid of that contract.
Yeah. And then...
I don't know what they were thinking paying him that much money, dog.
So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to keep Bam, too?
Bam needs to diversify his offensive game.
Once he plays aggressive, it's a game.
Yeah, but he needs to diversify that shit, too, because he only got like 3 moves. He got 3 moves, bro. He got that midi, he got that fadeaway midi, and he got that like that runner. Yeah. That's it. Everything else is dunks and layups under the basket.
I would like to see a couple side step backs, not from 3, but like mid.
I would like to see a 3 from Bam. He's 6'9".
Oh, no, he's
6'9".
No, he can shoot threes. That's the funniest part. He just doesn't.
No. He needs to work on handling the ball, and he needs to work on shooting, bro.
I liked some of his handle this year, but he can still expand on it.
He handles like a big man, though. He don't handle like a nigga 6'9" is supposed to handle. Giannis is 7 foot tall, bro.
When he had a good game versus the Celtics, he was cooking what's the name, but then when Robert Williams came in, he wasn't able to cook him. So I'm like, yo, you got to be able to Swiss cheese.
Robert Williams kind of ate that nigga's food. Like, yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
As soon as he was back in the series, but then the last game, Bam started stepping back up. He kind of got used to Robert Williams again. It was like it's almost too late. Like you needed to, as soon as you see him, it should have been you could get some too. You know what I'm saying?
Bam needs some pick and pop moves. He needs a 3-pointer. He needs an off the dribble shot. He's 6'9".
I would like for Bam to
LeBron. He's the same size as LeBron.
I would like for Bam to average like 25 points a game.
He should be able to do that. And he needs to be a little more demonstrative, man. Like he needs to like scream a little bit more and flex, pause, like when he dunks, like try to do something a little more acrobatic. You know what I mean? Like instead of just, you know that first pack you get on 2K, the rim grazers.
Yeah,
that's all he did. That's all he be doing, dog. Like he don't do no kind of style with it. He don't be like swinging his arms like KG used to do.
He needs to put in some Sean Kemp in his game.
Yes.
No cocaine though.
He need a little thunder in his game. Pause. If that's a pausable thing. But you know like he needs a little more oomph, man. Like Miami is like LA.
Yeah, it is.
It's glitz, it's glamour, it's the beach, it's South Beach. You know what I mean? And Bam,
LA just closes a little bit.
Bambi is Cuban food, it's Jamaican food, it's Haitian food. You know what I mean? Like it's a very, very flamboyant, fly lifestyle.
Yeah.
Is the Miami lifestyle. And Bam is neither of those. He's none of them. Like he doesn't. You see how Tyler kind of embraced it?
Yeah.
Like
I like his hard work and his ethic and all that.
But it don't seem like he worked on it enough.
And he did work on like year 1 and 2 where he got like really good, but just to me, it's just the aggressive part of his game that he just doesn't have. That's it.
Like he's not a demand the ball sort of guy, dog. Like I don't see him not demand the ball too much in the post, not fight hard enough and get fronted by somebody. I want to say,
except for game 2 or 3 and this last game, like in the third quarter, that's about it. Just to me, if he can do that, like he needs to do that all year. He just needs to have the mindset of I'm cooking everybody I see. I want to be the best. I want to be the best big man or center in the league. Like I wanted to be hands down, and I don't think he's striving for that because, you know, you got Karl Anthony Towns, you got Jokic, and you got Embiid. They don't talk about Bam. So, like, that alone. And to me, on the floor, I said this a few times, you know, I think the most talented player on the floor would be Bam if he's aggressive enough. Talented out of that whole series.
I mean, yeah, he definitely got he's probably
talent, you know
the
what I mean?
most athletic. He has the most. His game isn't developed enough. He'd be way better. Jason. He's a little bit shorter than Jason Tatum, I think, but like he should be able to be at the same level of Jason. He don't have to be shooting 18 threes a game.
He should affect the game more than Jason Tatum overall.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be affecting on the defensive end,
defensive end, with the blocks.
End. He could pass the ball. Like, he is supposed to be a more athletic Jokic.
He really should be having near Giannis stats. Near Giannis stats.
Jokic too.
And Jokic too.
Minus the threes, like, because he don't have the three in it. He don't have the three in his game yet.
No, for sure. But like, if he can do that, because if he were to use those threes and hit them at a pretty regular clip, that means he would get up to 25 to 27 a game easily.
Very easily.
And then if you could add in 2 blocks a game, 2-point whatever blocks a game, plus like 6-7 assists, because he's a setup guy anyways, 6-7 assists. You got over about 10 rebounds, you straight. 27-10, you know what I'm saying, 7 and 2 blocks. Couple steals here and there too. He's filling up the whole shebang, you know what I mean? He can average that though. That's the funniest part. He can actually average it without it being like the team is setting that up for you. Just his effect on the game. That's why I say he technically should be the most talented person on there, because defensively, yeah, Tatum could get some blocks, but that's not his job. Like, he can get a block a game, but I don't think he's getting more than 2 blocks a game and 2 steals a game. He'll probably get you a steal, a block, you know what I'm saying, this and that, and make you take some bad shots. Bam should get you 2 blocks, plus get the board, plus get that assist in that fast break, or catching a lob back on the fast break.
True.
So
like I said, like, I've been screamed that he's not aggressive enough. So you're singing to the choir.
Yeah, he's playing the game on neutral. That's the problem, man. That's the problem with.
He be playing in third gear.
Yeah, man, and it's not enough. It's not enough. But if
I need you to hit the turbo button.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I need you to do some power dunks and some flashy dunks and pump the crowd up.
Mm-hmm. But who could they bring in? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Tobias Harris. Nah, I'm playing.
This nigga Jimmy would
Tobias
leave.
Harris.
Jimmy would leave. Jimmy would leave.
What you would call it? What's the other thing I used to say? He can help every team. That used to be on Denver. I mean, not Denver, on Utah.
The left-handed shooter guy.
Oh man, remember?
That's how
much of a bum this nigga is.
Yeah, he's not good.
Oh my
He's
gosh,
I forgot his name.
Rodney
Hood.
Rodney Hood.
Yeah.
Listen, bro, I put him on every team in my 2K, dog. Every team. I'm like, yo, it's Rodney Hood.
Yeah, 2K don't equate to real life on this one.
Oh my God, they had him rated so high one year as like a rookie or second year.
Yeah, he's not it. He's not
him
it.
And the Australian cat.
Mm-hmm. Exum.
Yeah, Dante Exum. He was supposed to be the wave.
Yeah, they compared him to Kobe on his draft, his actual like draft board comparison.
Mm-hmm.
That clearly didn't actually live up to it, but he played good in the whole Australian Olympics or FIBA games, so he did do all right on that.
Yeah,
give him that. But yeah, man, like if you had to pick up if you had to be GM or play Pat Riley this offseason for the Heat, you say get rid of let's do realistic like type of trades. If you can, maybe swing it, right? You have Kyle Lowry. Are you how can you move Kyle Lowry, or are you moving Duncan Robinson and what's the name, keeping Kyle Lowry for one more year, see what's up with that?
I'm moving Kyle Lowry. That's got to be number one. Duncan's getting paid a lot of money too.
So it would have to be Kyle Lowry and Tyler Hero.
Why both of them?
To make it attractive, because who's taking the contract? You got to give.
Miami got picks.
All right, so who would you try to trade for? Because nobody's just going to do a straight up Kyle Lowry, 36-year-old point guard, 37-year-old point guard. You know what I mean? That's highly paid.
That's a hard one. I just know they got to get rid of that guy.
I'm thinking they should go for Bradley Beal.
That would be great. But
and I'm
Kyle Lowry for Bradley Beal.
No. I'm talking about, this is where Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, and Kyle Lowry is getting up in this mix first and foremost.
Yeah, Bradley Beal makes a lot of money.
Yeah, facts.
So, yeah, Tyler ain't get his contract yet.
Yeah, so that fills in part of that contract, right?
They gonna have to max him, bro.
Nearly.
They have to max him
because
he's putting in more points than Bam.
Nearly max. I don't think they would fully max him, but they'd give him a nice contract, right? So
the reason why Miami lost, honestly, is because they didn't have Tyler Hero, bro.
He wasn't healthy.
His first game or two, he was doing all right.
Yeah, but he wasn't healthy. Like, the whole team wasn't healthy, really, and nobody.
Yeah, they needed a whole new training staff.
Yeah,
they all started to fall apart around the same time.
But then again, the training staff, for the most part, kept him alive too, because they were like, "How the hell did?
How did Jimmy get back?
How did Jimmy get back?"
You ain't see the doctor. They went to go doctors at Harvard. They had looking at Marcus Smart because he injured his foot, his ankle, and his knee all in the same leg.
Ooh,
the same leg.
They're all there, just Harvard doctors.
They had Harvard doctors looking at this guy, dog.
It's like, trust me, you're gonna be all right. Just take this. That's crazy.
Multiple bruh.
That's crazy. That's a hell of a lineup, though. That's a superstar lineup of just medical staff, though. But like I said, though, Bradley Beal. They're trying to say
Bradley Beal would be good anywhere at this point.
But I think
he needs to go to Dallas. That's where he needs to go.
That would be a good, nice little change up for him.
That's where he needs to go to Dallas.
But I think on the Heat would be kind of nice, though. I think on that team, he would be definitely a scorer, like the scorer that they need. You have Jimmy stepping up whenever, and then Bam doing, like, just has to be aggressive. That's it. I think they can win with that. But
they would have to have him run the offense. Oh, excuse me. They would have to have him run the offense.
What, Bam?
No.
Beal?
Yeah.
Well, no, they usually have time to time. It's been split between Kyle Lowry and Bam, bringing it up, or in the half court set.
Who they gonna have? Gabe Vincent?
I mean, he is a scorer. I would still get another guard that's like veteran wise, but he is a scoring guard.
Yeah,
he's nice to kind of keep on there. I keep Strus on there too, because Strus played and actually played some defense on during the Eastern Conference Finals. So I don't think you miss, like, yeah, you miss Duncan Robinson, but you're not going to miss him as much because you have him. He can shoot. You know what I'm saying? So now you have your one guy that can run off a screen, shoot some threes. You have Gabe Vincent. You have Bradley Beal, who can shoot the lights out too. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, them dudes going to shoot. You have PJ Tucker still there on his player option, hitting that corner three. That should be enough three-point shooting. You know, Jimmy just probably has to step it up on his percentage on the three-pointer, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's still not as deadly as Duncan Robinson and Tyler and maybe even Lowry, but with the threat and, you know, when it breaks down and you have a team like the Celtics and
but if you have Duncan Robinson and Tyler on the court at the same time, bro, they scoring just as much you scoring.
Exactly. So what does that mean? So, like, and
with Kyle Lowry, because Kyle Lowry can't stay in front of nobody anymore.
And Bradley Beal, I think, did he play in the Olympics or not?
Bradley Beal? I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think he did it, but he does play defense. Like, he actually plays defense.
He's marginal. He's a marginally good defensive player. Better
than what I seen Kyle Lowry was doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen him get Swiss cheese and blown right by. Duncan Robinson.
Kyle Lowry can't stay in front of nobody, fam. Yeah. That's the longest.
Duncan Robinson, same thing. Same thing with Tyler Hero. So you're getting better defense. You're probably, obviously, overall, you're losing some scoring, but you're getting consistent 24. It's never going to drop. You know what I'm saying? 24, 25. And one year, he almost led the league in scoring, right?
Who?
Bradley Beal. He lost to Steph, I think. Yeah, see? So, come on. I mean, that alone, that's securing Heat scoring right there. And then you get a few guys that's just off the waiver wires or free agent, and you're good, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
Shit. Shit, anything more in the sports world?
I think the Cardinals had a cornerback that died. Gladney, he passed in a car accident.
2021 or 22 draft. I can't remember which one.
Recent. He was born in 1996. However that equates to how old he is, I don't know. 1996, 2000. Okay, so he was 28, 26, 28?
Yeah, so
26.
Late 2000, super late 20.
26.
Yeah.
He's
20,
a young cat.
I think probably 2020 or something like that.
So, rest in peace to him, and shout out his family. What else? I know that Dallas is actually getting talked about a lot. Dak is making his usual, like, I'm gonna prove the doubters wrong, this, that, and the third. Yeah. But I don't know, like, Dallas looks good, but they always look good. Yeah. Right? Philly looks great right now.
They're always above average team, right?
Philly looks great right now, bro. I don't know how Jaylen
Hurts, right?
Hurts is gonna hold up.
I really like. I don't.
But they got a squad right now.
They got everything else around them.
Yeah, they got everything. So it's a really real deal prove it year right now.
Yeah, we'll see.
The Dolphins, Tyreek's looking good. Jets.
They got the fastest course so far.
The Jets are the Jets. I'll see what's up. But teams are looking good, bro.
Facts.
Yeah.
Teams are looking pretty good though. I mean, as far
any other things you wanted to talk about?
I got more of the hip hop news. I just wanted to make sure we
go ahead.
You know what I mean? Just a few light things that came about, man. Let's go more lighthearted, man. I actually seen that Cyhi on Sway dissed Joe Budden.
Oh yeah.
And he said the quoted line is, "Why Joe Budden got so much hate in his heart? He's like," and another quote was, "You made it in art."
Okay.
So, just in the Sway little freestyle, Joe Budden actually replied, and he's
with bars or just
tweets.
Talk. Okay.
He tweeted his way back. He said, "Why is Cyhi doing that to my name while I'm on vacation? ? That's not nice." And another tweet, he said, "And that was a nasty ass bar too. You got so lucky, LOL." And he said, that was pretty much just the rebuttal.
So he was telling him it was a trash bar.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the freestyle.
I
don't know what the beef's about. But they've been beefing for a little minute now.
Yeah, it's more just lyrical battle type of tendency energy. Yeah. I don't think any of it's actually serious at all. But because I think back in the day, Roy and Mal was kind of like egging that on a little bit. So I guess when Cyhi has been on the Sway show, he just felt like he needed to get it off his chest. I guess, you know what I'm saying?
Have you seen Top Gun yet?
No, I haven't seen Top Gun actually. I haven't seen that.
It's saying it's the movie of the decade, movie of the century.
I'll probably check it out. Maybe Fandango my way to it. You know what I'm saying? But it did get like you said it was like a 4.9 or something like that, right?
Like a 96 on Rotten Tomatoes or some shit like that.
That's a high.
Something really high.
That's a high ass score. I ain't even gonna lie, yo.
What else?
Oh yeah. In more news, besides like the whole, shootings and things like that, we'll give a little update with the whole YSL thing. Atlantic Records and 300 says that hip hop is under attack by police and them using lyrics as evidence to incriminate rappers. What do you think about that?
They've been saying that.
Yeah.
Like there's been a hip hop police pretty much in New York.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Time.
Like they scour rap lyrics to build cases. Yes, they do things like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're gonna go and talk about all that shit,
I don't. You can only scour their lyrics if you're actually doing the lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
but if they are,
because I could rap about anything if I'm actually not doing it realistically. You know what I'm saying?
But I could make, still to this day somebody would check you.
Yeah, but like literally, I could do Putin bars, even though it would probably get shut down. But let's say if I did Putin rap bars, right? Besides it going far or whatever like that, I just know I probably couldn't go over there and do a concert, but you know what I'm saying? I should
Like
be able
Morgan
to,
Freeman?
yeah, I should be able to put it out there, and it should be able to just go out there and do its thing. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, but it's not going to be used against me if I don't do anything to Putin. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not going to reach Putin. So, but if I stole a car that night and rap about stealing that same car that I'm at the studio with, hey.
Billy caught a body, man. He did it. Hey, man.
Who I Smoke had real kids in it. You know what I mean? Like, all those things is actually really going on. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's about you actually doing those crimes that you're rapping about. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of which, I guess life got to imitate art now, huh? Yeah. Speaking of which, remember I just mentioned the whole Young and Ace and all that. I guess one of the unknown name rappers, Kaso, is in jail because I guess they were trying to get retaliation, and his pops and his brother was in the car. His brother got shot, and I believe they're all in jail, and the pops is actually going to turn on the son, Kaso the rapper. That's wild. But he got his other son shot, right? I believe so. Got his brother shot? His brother dead? His brother / yeah. I believe he's dead. A parent will really do that shit, bro. Yeah, so you get your brother killed right now. What mom and pops do? But the pops is in jail too because he was the driver. Oh shit! Let it sink in for a second. The pops is snitching. Literally, he was he was an accessory to the joint, and then he's snitching on his son, who's the rapper, Kaso. That's wild. That is wild. Like, but did he know what was going to happen? Yeah, he was a part of it. Nigga, he was like a full-fledged a part of it? Yeah, we gonna go get him back. Woo, woo. I'm gonna do the driving. Oh, that's where you want to go find? This is what alleged. And then allegedly, you know. And he goes and drives his sons over to get some get back, and they shot niggas back. In Jacksonville are wild. Yeah. So yeah. Kaso's in jail. His pops is allegedly about to work with the DA to pretty much snitch on him and point the finger. That's crazy. And he was a part of it. That's really crazy. Wow. Yeah. That's why you got to do your dirt by yourself. Mm-hmm. It's some wildness to that. Like, just imagine. Like, but that goes to show you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't play that. Yeah. I did a drill with a face mat. Yeah, like you pretty much like. Probably shouldn't do any crime anyways. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you are, you probably should just do a solo because you can't snitch on yourself. You know what I mean? This nigga King Von made a song about a hit and made it a hit song. He made a hit song about a hit. The song is kind of hard though. I ain't gonna lie. I don't play that. I do bop my shoulders every time. I'm not even gonna sit there and lie. Like, I did the drill with it's actually in like two of my playlists. Ajax. Yo, this nigga, like he's talking about all the things you should do if you're gonna murk somebody, and he made it a hit record. That's wild. Hey man, rest in peace, Vaughn. Man. Actually, I mean he did a couple songs. Let's just be real, a couple songs. Vaughn. Hey, you know he took it to the O. He had a few stories to tell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was a special one. He was definitely a special one. Yeah, it was. I was hoping he was gonna make it out, but yeah, man. Sometimes that energy get back to you. Nah, it does. Rest in peace, Vaughn. But sometimes, hope he get the peace now that he didn't when he was alive. But you know, that type of energy follows you. Nah, man, you're right. You're right. Even those like, you know what I kind of like though too, what they've been kind of showing off. I guess those old blockchains are kind of cool though. Yeah, but they got their dead homies on the back. I don't like. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like. But speaking of chains though, if you had to choose, Chicago's a tough place. If you had to choose though, what's your favorite rap chain though? My favorite rap chain? Yeah, like back in the day as a kid. The Noriports. The Noriports. The Noriports. The Newport cigarette box chain that Nori had. That was pretty hard. And the top opened up. Oh, that is nice. That is nice. I'm not going to lie. That was probably the real coolest one for me. Like, Prodigy's chain was all right. I wasn't really a fan of them super long chains, though. Not the chain itself, but like the medallion. The pendant medallion. Yeah, it has to be the Newport chain. That may be number one.
and Ghostface Eagle. Like, we got to make a special section for the Eagle bracelet.
Man, you know what though? I really like I liked Rough Riders.
That was a pretty dope chain. The R.
The R was hard. I like,
and it looked good in all different sizes.
Yeah.
Pause.
And then what's the name? Rockefellers was nice too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was kind of classy. I like also, I'm not even in front, No Limit.
The tank?
Yeah, the tank.
That was fire.
The tank was strong, son. The tank was strong.
Cash Money chain was fire.
Yeah, Cash Money had a nice box chain, but that was like a box like pendant, whatever. That was nice. I rocked with that too. Who else has like some classic
T-Pain?
T-Pain, definitely.
Big ass chain.
I mean, it started getting ridiculous with
Pharrell when he had the different color joints.
It got ridiculous with G Unit's spinning chain though.
My God.
That's when it got out of hand.
Yeah, that's when it got a little out of hand. It was a little.
It was like, all right, fam. Like,
it was like, all right, like, just chill, just chill a little bit, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Them boys was holding it up, spinning them joints. Man, let's see, man. Who else had a good one? I mean, Dream Chasers kind of had one going for a second. I do see the Chasers.
I know there was a lot of chaining ceremonies of Dream Chasers.
Yeah.
There was a lot of those.
They had a little spark with theirs, you know what I'm saying?
The Runts chain.
The Runts chains are out here now.
Runts chains are out.
Yeah, Runts chains are out here. I ain't gonna lie.
They are out here.
You know what I'm saying? So I got to give it to Runts too. Right now, they might be the current like kind of cool chains off and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I might have to go with the top two. It would be Rough Riders and No Limit as far as like interesting, cool little chains to rock, man. Feel like I'm missing a few classics though. Like there's been a few.
Dipset chain.
Dipset was hard.
Dipset was hard.
Yeah, Dipset was.
I
hard,
probably had to say Dipset.
Yeah, they definitely
with the Eagle and the Diplomats. Yeah, that shit was
music
hard.
had a little something.
That was pretty hard.
Yeah.
Did State Property have a chain?
State Prop, I think they did.
Because they did have a little thing at one point, you know.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Who else was chained up, man? There's a few others, man.
Drake's Owl chain. The little OVO chain.
The OVO chain is up there too. It's nice and smooth.
VVS's too. It ain't no cheap shit.
Yeah. Mayweather, the money team. I know they be having some of those little chains out there too. Even though it's like not necessarily rap, but you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Damn. There's a few other those out there though. Like, you know what I'm saying? But who's on the new groups? They have like the I don't think like Young Rich Nation, where they had those.
The YRN chains?
Yeah.
I think so, but I think now it's just not even about pendants. It's like it's about the actual chain itself.
Mm-hmm. They had the 300. Well, people were rocking. I mean, Walmart's even putting Sniper Gang and
4PF chains.
Yeah, 4PF chains and stuff like that. They got those.
Yeah, I guess.
You can go to
more it's about just overall jewelry.
Yeah. I don't think it's all about. Well, there are specialized chains like you were talking about. They are doing that for sure. They are doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Anything else? I think that.
No,
we've been talking our ears off for a little bit, a little bit now.
No, but we felt good, man. We haven't been around for a little bit. This might
be the longest we've gone on to do a show. So hopefully you stick around for all of this.
Yeah, just tap in, man. Follow all of our socials. Lightly Pod on Twitter. Lightly Season Pod on all other platforms. You know, from Instagram to Facebook,
Apple Music,
all that. Apple
all
Music.
The places.
Yeah.
Give us a follow. We try to keep it more consistent for you guys. Just been dealing with a whole lot of business on the back end, on the other side of things. But yeah, we're gonna come more consistent. We're gonna hopefully try and give you 2 episodes a week, but don't.
Oh yeah, we're thinking even Monday, Thursday vibes. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get it to you soon. But when this drops, it's gonna drop heavy and hard. But you know what I'm saying? No pause or pause. You know what I'm saying? But either way, y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good day. Y'all have a good life. And tap into Lightly Pod.
All right, peace, man.
Peace.